container that we have here. So that is what it does. So let's say now, for instance, let's say we now have we want different space between it. What we can do now is come to create column. Yes, create column. A create columns there with column. Sorry, sometimes you forget sometimes. Uh, okay, let's say we have our row. Let me just go for the row first. Row, so let's say we want it to have 5 pixels here. Then our column gap, we want it to have 10 pixels. So you see that there's the space between them is different. Between the columns we have 10 pixels, this one here, and between the rows we have 5 pixels, this one here. So, but that is if you want it to have different space in between. But if you want it to have the same space, all you have to do is just go with the uh the one we just before, just the grid gap 10 pixels to give it the same space. So another thing you need to know is when you're working with grid, so we have this thing we call, we can give it, maybe we want this grid one to this first grid to come to this last part, this last end. So we can just pick out the elements. We can do grid items one. So if we do grid items one, we can come here and say grid column start. So we want it to start as one, which is this first column. Then we can tell it we want it to come. Then grid column and 3. Start and let's see. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, sorry. I think I made a mistake here. It is items. So let me just come back. Let me just come back to explain this. You notice that I put 3 instead of putting 2 because this, from this starting here, if I put 2, it's going to start at here and end at this, the beginning of the second column. You understand? But if I put 3, it means this is the third column, this is the beginning of the third column. Let's say imagine we have the third column, but which in this case we do not have. So it's going to end there. So let me say I put 2 now. See, it stops here. So there's no change in it, there's no difference in it. So that's why I use 3 here. But in some cases, all you have to, so in some cases you can put -1 straight. So if you put -1, it's still going to be the same thing, which means we are telling it to expand from the beginning of this to the last part of it to the end of it. So instead of just putting 3 or 2, you can just put -1. It's still going to be the same thing. So that is that. But instead, if you don't want to take too much space in your codings, all you can do is just come here with column, then you do span 2. So it's still going to be the same. Or better still, you can just come here and do start 1, then end at -1. It's still going to be the same thing. So that is how that is how this is. So let's say for instance, then we want to give it a layout of a blog. Let me just use a blog for example. You know, for a blog, there is always the header. We have this header here. We have the main content here. Then we have the sidebars. So all we have to do is just pick this. Let's say we want this 2. this grid 2 to be our main content. All we have to do is just come here and just to make this fast. Just duplicate this, then change this. Then after changing this, I can then come here. I can then come here, then I do create rows, grid row. So if I do grid row, I can just do this like start from one, then two. Oh, sorry. No, no. Oh, I think I'm making a mistake. Then span. So, sorry. Sorry, I was supposed to use span here instead of the. Although I can use the stats, but if I'm using the stats, it's going to be start from two, then span to three. Oh, four. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot. So if I'm giving it three, it means it's starting from here. But if I'm giving it four, it to end here. So like this. So for a blog, you can have this layout. So let's say this grid 5 is going to be the footer. All we have to do is just come here again, then choose grid 5. Then it's going to be column and no rows. So all we have to do is do column. Then do this one again and stop at 3. So we have this, or we can just simply take this out. This grid, I can just come here and do um, sorry, 8 M6 one. Then I can just display um, so this is not going to be there again. So if you look in this now, we simply have a simple uh how can I put it, a simple blog template, a simple blog layout like this. So with this we can continue with our design, what we want to include in each of these grid elements. I hope I just explained that simply. There's another method we can use to do this easily, which is using grid template area, but which I'm going to be explaining video in another video because I don't want this to be too long and I want you to understand this easily and faster. So you are going to find it in the playlist of this CSS grid explanation. So I don't want to bore you too much and I don't want this to get too much confusing for you. So I hope you understand this little explanation I made there. If there is any question you want me to answer, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section. I will be glad to help and assist you out. So there's still a lot of properties we're going to be discussing, like I said earlier. So don't get bored, don't get um carried away or forget. Continue learning, continue writing your code. The more you write, the more you get better. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next section or the next video that you're going to be explaining about CSS grid template area in details.